Sweet. G'day. I'm Peter. I am a security consultant from up in Wellington, run a company up there. I was once an electrical engineer and enjoy breaking things and having a whole bunch of half-done projects in my life. So I realized that the name of this talk was probably a bit not entirely obvious. It's nothing to do about brewing beer, but it's more about home brewing kind of hacking tools. There are lots of sweet security tools available, and some of them cost a bunch, and I'm a tight ass by nature, and I like being able to prove that I can do things myself. So this is just kind of talking a little bit about how some of the things you can do is DIY, how you can do them yourself, and how you can kind of experiment with them. Hack 5 have a whole bunch of really cool things like the USB rubber ducky and Wi-Fi Pineapple, but A, they're kind of expensive, and B, at the moment to actually get anything in the country here, it takes forever. So DIYing it can be kind of useful. And you know, if you buy something like off the shelf, then it generally actually works, and that's way too easy. So why might you want to go and build things yourself? You can fully customize them. You don't feel quite as bad if you go and break them or lose them. You can sometimes do it way cheaper, and sometimes maybe not. That great sense of achievement of actually doing something, helping contribute to like the open source community as well. And it's pretty impressive what you can do with like a Raspberry Pi or an Arduino. So very briefly, because most of the stuff talks about using Arduinos and Raspberry Pis, just covering the difference between the two. Arduinos are microcontrollers. They're cheap. They've got lots of inputs and outputs, and you program them using an IDE. But essentially, you're writing code from scratch. Where a Raspberry Pi is a microprocessor, so it's just a mini computer. It runs an operating system on it, so in the case of Raspberry Pi, generally Linux build, more expensive and generally less inputs and outputs. So they're kind of useful for different things. So the first tool I'm going to talk about is a rubber ducky, which is essentially a USB stick you can plug into someone's computer, and it acts like a HID device or a human interface device, so it acts like a keyboard. You can buy them off like Hack 5 for like $50. And when you plug it into the machine, it just runs a script. So it'll do some things like it could go and change passwords, go to a URL, download some software, create a reverse shell out, and if you've got device protection on your machine so it doesn't look at USB devices, it's not actually going to notice this because it just looks straight like a keyboard. And you generally don't want to go and block people from using keyboards on your corporate machines. And so they're quite hard to defend against. So what I did was bought a little, it's like an @tiny device. So they're just like a commercially off-the-shelf thing, and program that up. It's totes not suspicious. And they're kind of a similar size to like a normal USB stick, although they look totally suspicious unless you actually put them in a casing or something. Compared to a USB rubber ducky that's like $50, you can buy like these for like $250 each from China, and they come surprisingly quickly as well. To program one up is pretty easy, unless you are me and trying to do it in the middle of the night and everything's breaking. And then you realize that you just need to plug a USB hub in to program it through because it doesn't want to program straight out of your laptop. You can just pop open the Arduino IDE, download some DigiSpark drivers, get some example code, push upload, plug in the USB, and make it do the things you want to do. So the kind of things that you can do straight out of the box just using pre-written scripts, like creating accounts, creating those reverse shells, in my case, doing rickrolls. And so the code's really, really simple to write. And I've learned that if you plug it into a machine that you haven't put an ad blocker on, this doesn't really work very well because it actually plays an ad for 10 seconds before you get to rickroll someone. But there's also a really cool open source community around this kind of stuff as well. So lots of people have used these @tinys for emulating USB rubber duckies. And so someone came up with a basic little website that just goes and converts the native rubber ducky code. I think it's whatever it's called, think it's like rubber code or something, or ducky code, and it converts it into the Arduino code so that you can just go and publish that onto the USB, and it just works. So that's pretty cool. These things are super cheap. They're really easy once you get over stupid hurdles like having to plug in a USB hub to actually program the things. And there's a really good community around it. They do look super sketchy though, unless you go and like put it into another USB case, so it's much harder to actually trick people with. And there's a limited memory size on them as well. And I will put slides somewhere with links and things on later. Another popular tool are Wi-Fi Pineapples, used for Wi-Fi auditing. If you get a proper Wi-Fi Pineapple, they've got like a pretty web UI. You can like create rogue APs and stuff with them, do WPA and WPA Enterprise ATX, and do like Wi-Fi surveillance as well with them. If you want to do a DIY alternative, Fruity Wi-Fi is a package that can be used, and you can just run it on a Raspberry Pi. It takes 20 minutes to install, and shove an external Wi-Fi card in there. And then it provides you with like a web UI to do most of the same stuff as you could do on a Wi-Fi Pineapple, but just quicker. And you can just use an external Wi-Fi card with it. And so there's just a whole bunch of different packages that you can essentially install through Fruity Wi-Fi. So things like you can create an AP, have auto SSH so that you can have it essentially be able to easily remote into it. There's Metasploit and Meterpreter modules for it. You can create captive portals in it, just straight off the shelf. There's mmap and Nessus built in as well as about 30 other modules. So it's super easy to use and it's really easy to set up. But then also probably not actually that much cheaper than just going and buying one off the shelf. I think the Wi-Fi Pineapples are about $100, and by the time you buy a Raspberry Pi and you get the USB dongle and stuff, it's probably pretty similar, although you can do that overnight versus having to wait a couple of weeks to get things from the States. They're fairly easy to set up. There's a pretty good community around it. You can just use existing hardware for it as well, but they're not really as discreet. They don't look as pretty, and the module was last kind of updated in like February 2020, so it looks like it's probably being discontinued at this point and not getting that much love. The third kind of useful tool is being able to port mirror. So in the world of Cisco, that would be creating a span port, but rather than having to buy like a nice fancy switch to do it, there are cheaper ways to do it as well. So port mirroring is packet duplication, so being able to go and replicate the traffic going between point A and B onto another port, which without mirroring you wouldn't be able to do. And then you can run Wireshark on that packet capture interface and go and see all the things going between A and B. TP-Link sell like a really cheap $50 switch that you can do that with. You can just throw Wireshark on a capture device, which could just be a Raspberry Pi that you've used previously. And if you need to be able to monitor that, you can just throw a second network interface on it, so just like a USB Ethernet adapter. The interfaces for these things are super easy. And yeah, like the little TP-Link switches, which are pretty cool, are only like $50. And it's a fully managed little switch. So yeah, the main thing I kind of wanted to show here was just there are really easy, cheap ways to go and get some what would otherwise be more expensive hacking tools, and pretty easy to build as well. But yeah, that is my very quick talk. So thank you.